All right. Hey, Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander here with another episode of Dads Deserve Justice. Guys, today we're going to talk about let's talk money for kids support. I love that play on words. Kids support, not child support, kids support. Let's get into it. But let me check on a few things first and we'll get kicking.
These niggas so foul, they'll take your life for a bag of so loud. That little shit with me, I'm piping it down. Walking in slowly, you down the aisle. Bitch, I'm a canine, I'm just like a child. Get your own drill, tryna bite my style. After we fuck, she get up, and she fine. I was on 85 South in the SUV, finna go get P. Got an outside plug, and it weighing on me. Got the north side bitches, she laying on me. Got carbon 1 5 nigga laying on me. Got a lot of bum niggas, go change on me. Put some rats on your head, no life ain't free. Security, key, these shoes ain't cheap. Got 100 rounds on me, so when she open up her legs, I'm going inside deep. She show the true color, she a bonafide free. The show laying on me. Got a lot of bum niggas all change on me. Put some rats like.
That's right, guys. They'll take your money. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the system. I'm talking about spiteful moms. I'm talking about, hey, dudes out here who take your money and they'll take it from your children. You know, last week we talked about what did we talk about last week? We talked about children and we talked about the fact that it affects them and all these type of things, and it destroys our children's future. A lot of times when parents get into different spats, whether it's a spiteful parent, whether it's a parent that's trying to alienate a child or children from another parent. Children should never be put in the middle. But today, I apologize, I was getting started a little bit late. I had to change up some cameras and stuff like that. You can see. So I hope we get through this okay. Because we had so many sessions and so many things going on the other day that things got used up and batteries got taken up. But guys, we weren't going to have you miss Dads Deserve Justice on here on Fridays. Let me go ahead and make sure that we're playing everywhere we need to play, because that's what we do. Looks to me that we're working there. Let me check the YouTube real quick. It looks to me that we're working there as well. All right, so Facebook's going, YouTube's going, IG's going. We should have threads going. I'm going to go ahead and jump on our TikTok thing, because unfortunately TikTok hasn't given us a live streaming thing yet, but we're going to make it happen either way. Anyway, so what I will do here is I'll go here. And today, guys, as I said, we're talking about let's talk money. Money for kids support, not child support, kids support. All right. Talk about money for kids support. So I got to make that a 4. Okay, TikTok, you don't play funny. 4, kids support. Okay. Guys, I'm going to tell you, you always got to figure out a way. Okay. So just so TikTok knows, we are kicking off 3, 2, 1. Hey, TikTok, what's going on? It's Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander here, and we are kicking off another show of With Dads Deserve Justice. I am your host, Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. Some call me the wealth treadmill coach. I've been sort of slacking on that lately because this week has been absolutely insane. Thank you guys for all the prayers and everything, for the stuff I've been going through health-wise. It's coming along. But guys, I wanted to just get in here and talk to you guys about let's talk money for kids support. The money that's wasted due to parents who alienate someone, due to a mom who may be spiteful, a dad as well, right? So let's go ahead and switch this around so TikTok can I don't have to hold this camera, because we just wanted to make sure we got you started, okay? And where's my flip-flop? There it is. All right, so we're back. Apologize, TikTok, but you have to deal with the fact that we don't have a stream key for you yet. And for you guys who are new to the channel, thanks to Winners All Around for making this thing possible. One of the things that we do here, guys, is we broadcast all over the world, not just to one platform. So if you would like to interview, as a matter of fact, talking about interview, go to our YouTube page. That's not the one I wanted. I'll go to our YouTube page. There it is. Go to our YouTube page, Winners All Around. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe, right? You can also check out winnersallaround.com and register if you're an artist or business owner. You need promotions, marketing, advertising. But speaking of that, we had an incredible interview last week, or was it this week? I don't know. Time's be going crazy with Siobhan Bowman. So go check out that on YouTube, guys. And we want to do one for you as well. And as I was saying before, we have a new show coming out, and I'm not sure it's going to be called Let's Talk Shop, but it's going to be about the entertainment industry, music industry, news, reviews, business reviews, all types of different stuff, everything you can think of, news, all that type of stuff. So this is a little plug show today since we got started a little bit late. Don't forget that. And as I said before, don't forget to go to YouTube, and we're doing it totally different. So just go on there, subscribe, take a look at the different shows. You're going to see different shows and different genres of different things. And that's what our goal is, to turn it into like a television station, right? Where we do all types of different things. And we got to pay the price for that, but that's why we need your help to do all that. And don't forget, of course, we are here every single Friday. Generally, we start about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we give or take a little bit as we lock all these things down and test a lot of stuff. As you see, I had to make sure that we were broadcasting in all the different channels. We're on YouTube, we're on Threads, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, you name it, guys. And so if you would allow us as a business, if you're a business, or if you are a performer, artist, rapper, then come on, hang out with us, and we'll put you on all the different platforms. As a matter of fact, speaking of rapper, singers, dancers, actors, all that type of stuff, that's sort of how it came about, guys. Join us on Freestyle Fridays. We had a good one yesterday with Tress, the host. You can find her on social media as The Real Tress. It starts THA, Real Tress. That's every Friday. So come on, sing, rap, do your thing, freestyle, do a monologue, do some poetry, dance, play your instrument, produce, whatever. We got people coming in now from all over the world, guys. So come on in there. We'll give you a mini red carpet interview as well. That's absolutely for free. So guys, I'm just giving you all this information. This is the plug day. I don't want you to forget why we're here. And we are here, of course, for Dads Deserve Justice. But I'm just giving you a shout out because Winners All Around is doing some great things. If you need to make some more money in your life, you need some money to go after an alienated parent or to see your children, all those type of things that we talk about on this show, you might want to check out our YouTube and look under business opportunity, guys. Earn extra money and see different opportunities and different things to help you with that as well. Also, if you have something you want to talk to us about, join us on Soul Food Cypher Sundays. You never know which direction we'll go on that. And if you want to make money and you want to help us with all the different shows and everything that we're doing, don't forget you can become an A&R for artists and businesses, as our good buddy Haskell is, guys. And you can actually make some money doing that. And then, of course, don't forget to check out me as the wealth coach, the treadmill wealth coach, hopefully every day, as long as I make it to that treadmill. And that's a show in itself is there as well. And if you got something, it's breaking news, let us know so we can get into that. So let me go ahead and get into what we're here today. And that is every day, every Friday, we do a show called With Dads Deserve Justice. I am your host, Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. And let me take this off right here and just talk with you for a moment. Please deal with the camera and the different things. We got different things popping off here. Hello, TikTok. Hey, T.O., Hill, Gray Webb, Miss M. Miss M, we got a Miss Row here in the studio. All types of different things, guys. And we do this every single Friday. I do want to check one thing because, we've been checking out a couple of different things, and I want to make sure that you're seeing it correctly on here as well. So let me go to, let me just go to quick over to Facebook and check it right there. And that should help us out as well. Oh man, I'm just hitting all the wrong buttons right now. There we go. Okay, so we're going to check that. And it looks like every Friday, it looks like we're up and running. And I want to talk about this very quickly before we get into everything deep. If you look at it, let me come back over here, Facebook, TikTok, because I want you to see what I'm talking about on this. So let me grab this really quick. Let me flip the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the thing, guys. We do this every single Friday. And it looks a little backwards toward you, TikTok. But here's the thing. Every single Friday. Now, we started off with growing with a purpose, right? That was boys2men.org. And that's because I started to have boys. I got married. I had a stepson, and I ended up having 3 kids, 4 boys, and I went through a contentious divorce. And so it's one of the reasons I'm here today. But guys, here's the thing. We started off with boys to men because boys need to grow up to be men, which I never expected to be in this position. But boys to men was all about the fact of teaching boys things they need to know to become men, right? And doing lots of different things, teaching them about money, teaching them about responsibility, teaching them about don't let people take advantage of them. The world is changing so much. You hear so much in the space of relationships and all these different opinions, just leading and growing and teaching them how to grow up to become men. And then when I went through a contentious divorce, along came Dads Deserve Justice. So you see the logos over there. I just wanted to give TikTok a chance to take a look at that, because they're not able to actually see the whole screen. They can see me. And if you want to see me and you want to see the whole screen, guys, you can go to Winners All Around at YouTube. So go to Winners All Around. You can catch the show right there. They're live. You can also go there and check it out later. So if you're missing something, TikTok, I apologize. But we're waiting for them to come back and give us a stream key so we can do the thing. I know you might not know what that means. I didn't know what that meant, but just trust me. That's why we're here with the green screen behind me, as we do on Tagged on Freestyle Friday. But if you're on all the other platforms, you'll see the screen and all this other good stuff going on. So anyway, with that being said, the guys, we're here today to talk about let's talk money for kids support. Now, it's not child support, it's kids support. And let me give you our disclaimer. Look, ladies, we understand. Maybe you're a little upset. You're hearing this. It's Dads Deserve Justice. You're putting us on the spot. Well, sometimes people need to be put on the spot to change. But the bottom line is this: there are lots of programs, lots of money, lots of things out there for women. There have always been when it came to children and separations and divorces and all that type of stuff. There's just not that much for men. There's not that many programs to help them, to support them. And then they go into the system. It's a nightmare for them. And so men, yes, we have to talk about it. Look at some of our past shows. We have to fight. We have to put up the money. We need to raise money. We need to make a difference because it affects all of our families. It doesn't just affect the boys. It doesn't just affect the men. It affects our daughters and everybody else out here that's going through things and doesn't even know they're going through them. Why? Because their parents are back there creating problems, right? Sometimes it's the money, right? Sometimes it's the spite. Sometimes you're going to use the kid as a pawn. Guys, that is not good. And so therefore, guys, we have to talk about it. We have to put it out there. We have to change the laws. And one of the things we do at Dads Deserve Justice, we're putting in place is raising money. Look, guys, we need your support. Just $1 a week. Just give $1 a week so we can make a difference. Because this is what we're talking about. The concept of what we're talking about. And the theme of today is let's talk money for kids support. Where's the money going? Guys, women, men, dragging each other into court. You're feeding the lawyers. You're feeding the judges. You're not taking care of your children. You're selfish. You're greedy. You're doing things for no good reason. Look, the money needs to go to the children. So kids need support. They need college. They need both parents. They need all of those things. And when you get into a battle and you get into the system, if you can avoid the system as much as possible, it's sad. We talked about this in one of our other shows. The system, what they tell you can get married. And they tell you can and can't get divorced. You got to wait. That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense when you look at it from a common sense perspective. But that's what we signed up for, at least in the United States of America. In other countries, you can have multiple wives. You can go through multiple different things. Some countries will kill you if you have more than one wife, right? My point is people do things differently. We're here out of the United States and we have a lot of issues going on with that. And the system needs to be changed. So let's talk money for kids support is not about child support. It's about the kids need to get the money. Now, part of the other topic that I wanted to touch on very quickly today was the fact that this is what men hear all the time. And women, I'm sure you hear it as well. Also, if a man's not doing right, if a woman's not doing right, hey, I take care of my kids. That's nice, but maybe the circumstances warrant that it's easier for you to do it, right? My father fought for custody multiple different times. It took him multiple years to actually win it. He finally got it, thank God. But that was 40 years ago, and he was a white man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at some of our shows. I don't have time to go into all of that today. But my point, guys, is that not only does kid money taken out of our kids because of the things that go on between parents, but also for the fact that when people say, and it's the most ridiculous thing, just take them to court, just go back to court. It's not free. So if you're spending money in court on lawyers, if you're paying judges salaries so they can act like they're God, then the money's not going where it should be going, right? Maybe child support because you need it to help with the children, or it's not going to your children who are going to need it. Even if you die tomorrow, they're going to need some money to bury you, right? To mourn you, all of those things. Girls, you want to get married. You want dad to pay. Wait a minute. If dad put all the money into child support and the lawyers and all that other garbage, guess what? I'm not saying don't pay child support. There shouldn't be child support. You should take care of your children. That's what it should be. But the bottom line is the child support doesn't go to the mothers the way that we think. And the mothers often don't put it on the kids like it should go, right? So the money is going all types of different directions other than the place it's supposed to go. And then people say the dumbest thing of just take them to court. Look, if you're a criminal and you have an opportunity or a chance you might go to jail, then you can get help from the government at times and different stuff depending on the situation. But child support, an alienating parent, things of that nature, you're at the disposal of your own pocketbook. You're at the disposal, and sometimes there's some programs that might help, but a lot of programs only help in the very beginning. They don't help as the situations get worse and grow. And unfortunately, in this environment, the situations often get worse and grow and grow and grow to a head. And then something explodes. And then people say, wait a minute, that was really dumb. I dragged somebody into court. I went after them. I tried to put them in jail. I did all of these different things and it hurt my children. In wealth building, we talk about that the person that will steal your dreams, unfortunately, is often the person closest to you, the person you may lay down with and go to bed at night. Well, in order to make a child, somebody lay down. Somebody probably went into bed, right? And so all of a sudden, that person is out there who's supposed to be the protector of the children. Now they're hurting the children. Now they're killing the children. They're killing their futures. We talked about that last week. And not only that, guys, they're taking money out of their children's mouth, out of their grandkids' mouth, out of their great grandchildren's mouth, and so on and so forth. For what? Often for something dumb. Like, he doesn't want you. Okay, move on. He doesn't want you. Okay, move on. But the children didn't ask for this. And you're putting them in the middle and you're destroying their futures and you're hurting them. And often the children don't even know what's going on. And then, as that happened to me, they grow up, they get smarter, they get wiser, and they begin to think about it. And if you're a boy who becomes a man, at some point in your life, it's going to hit you. Even if it doesn't come across your plate, it's going to come across your friend's plate. And then you're going to hear the horror stories. And you're going to be like, oh my God. I'm going to tell you something. When I went through a divorce, I felt like I hit a club. And some of my bestest friends, probably not even a word, but you know what I mean, that I thought I knew what would happen when they went through a separation, when they went through a divorce. I didn't have a clue. And I found out so many other things and so many other stories. Women, you guys have to grow up too. It's supposed to be about your children, but often because of who you become, how bitter you've become, and whatever's happened, your children didn't create it. They didn't start the problem. So why do you make them and your future grandchildren and great grandchildren pay for it? That is selfishness. Taking money out of our children's mouths is selfishness. And women might say, or men might say, well, she doesn't give me the money I need for child support. Okay, granted, maybe that's the case. But who developed what the amount was? See, I've seen it and been in situations where I've seen where you're taking care of the children, you're doing everything for them. But somebody wants to be spiteful and end up taking you to court, not because they're not getting help, but because they're creating drama. and they want to just prove a point and they want to hurt you. When did it stop being about your children? That's sad, spiteful, despicable, and selfish. Look, kids support. Kids are going to need money for college, and spending it on lawyers and attorneys and all that is not going to help. People often say, okay, well, take them back to court. Well, what does it cost? What takes place? One of the things that's so sad about our system, our legal system, is that it feeds the judges and it feeds the lawyers. Isn't it interesting that you have a dispute and you go to court and file paperwork that says, I want to fight this dispute? And the court says, okay, well, let's have a hearing to set up the hearing, to fight the dispute. Now, 3 hearings ago, you knew you had a dispute. You got to file paperwork. Well, that costs money to file it. The system takes it, right? You have to, if you have an attorney, you're paying an attorney first to have a conversation about the paperwork, then to write up the paperwork, then to file the paperwork, then to answer to all the paperwork, then to have the hearing, to file some more paperwork, to do some more answers, to have some more paperwork, some more answers, another hearing, so you can finally get to the hearing that you were trying to get to in the first place to fight the dispute. And all of those meetings, all those conversations, all of that paperwork, all of those filings cost what? Money. It costs money. And where does that money go? Not to your children, not into child support, not into their future. It goes into the pockets of the system, which feeds the judges and feeds the attorneys. Why do I have to file a paper, then file another paper, to complete the process that we told you in the first place? Money. And it's taking the money out of our children. And that's the problem. Guys, I hope that this makes you think. Apologize. We had some connection problems and camera issues and things of that nature. And so we're a little bit shorter than today, but it was an important topic and it was on my heart. And I talked to some fathers and I talked to people that aren't fathers. They're just friends of fathers. That means women too. And it's sad. Let's start to do our part. As I've always taught my children, if you know there's an issue or a problem and you don't do something to make a change or a difference, then you are a part of the problem. You should always strive to be part of the solution because people and things need help. With that being said, guys, my name is Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. Join us every Friday, usually about 6 p.m. for our show With Dads Deserve Justice. You can go to YouTube and subscribe and check out Winners All Around on YouTube, and you can see all the other shows of Dads Deserve Justice. My head probably won't be doing the same thing as doing here to light. In a different camera, you can see shows, as we talked about earlier, on my treadmill show, my wealth coaching show. You can see shows we talk about A&R and how you can find all your news products and how we can talk about music and business and entertainment and sports and music reviews. That's coming up, guys. You can see Freestyle Friday shows where we do rapping and singing and dancing and all those types of things. You can join us on all that stuff, and you can do that all on YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can see Soul Food Cypher Sunday. You can see earning money and find out those different things of that nature. And guys, you can always check out the Dads Deserve Justice show that we're here on today. So again, my name is Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. I appreciate you guys jumping on. Please make sure that you go to YouTube and subscribe, that you watch all the different shows. If you're an artist or a business owner, get with us because we want to do an interview on you. We want to do some branding for you. It doesn't cost you anything to take advantage of that. You can go to winnersallaround.com, the website. You can register absolutely for free. There's other membership packages and things of that nature. But if you need help, we'll talk with you about it. We'll see what we can do. We'll do some coaching. Guys, get started. If you can't afford free, I don't know what to tell you. Again, my name is Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. I appreciate you jumping on here and being with me here today with Dads Deserve Justice. Remember, we started off, we're growing with a purpose, boys to men, and here we are with Dads Deserve Justice over a decade later. Again, thank you for joining us here today. We'll see you again next Friday. Hopefully, you'll join us on Soul Food Cypher Sunday. That'll be coming up, and all the other things we got rocking and rolling. If you're a business owner, artist, we've got you covered. But you got to take the first step and reach out to us. God bless, and we'll see you soon.